Good morning. It's the third day today. I'm 2 days and about 10 hours in, and I feel good. No real urges or cravings until now. I had a good morning. Started publishing and sort of editing my videos, especially the thumbnails. I have a new design now, so that is exciting to work with and to see, experiment a bit what I like, and that's all going well. I expect to post the second day of preparation today. Those would be 2 videos, and next to that I would also like to publish the first day of quitting, with maybe also the second day attached to it. I would have to see how much I can do today, but that would really fire me up. So I'm tempted by the idea. Considering the smoking, I'm okay. The only thing that I see is that I get seriously frustrated by things, more frustrated than normal, which is pretty expected or understandable, considering what I've learned from the videos that I watched. Apparently the third day is when you become a lot less tolerant, which I am definitely seeing now. So, for example, itches on my leg are just very frustrating to deal with. It's like, oh, this again, oh, how annoying. Or with something that didn't go wrong with the editing of the thumbnail or the video. It just feels like I'm blocked at that point, even though I'm not. I could easily fix the problem or take a break for a minute or two and then get back to it. But it's harder to maneuver around these. That's what I'm trying to say. So we'll see how this develops. We'll again use the strategy of keeping ourselves busy. And yeah, that will be it. So I'll get back to you. So it's not much later than the last clip I recorded. But now I'm really starting to notice how sensitive I am. And day 3 might be the hardest until now. I have a few examples. First, a metal ring around my mom's bag hit the kitchen stove, so it made a really loud but irritating sound. I reacted so firmly to it, which is not necessarily normal for me. Next to that, I had this song playing and listening that I was listening to from Skepta, and I was really vibing to it. And I don't know, I was trying to turn up the volume, but instead of that, I activated Siri, and then I completely flipped because of that. It was so irritating. I couldn't get it off because I don't know how Siri works, and that stupid voice control thing, nobody uses it. I don't know why it exists. So yeah, that is also evidence or proof. Beyond that, I sense that I'm thinking about things that aren't positive. So I'm imagining that people are actually reacting to my videos, and their reactions are not really positive, but my comment or reaction to that comment is even worse. I'm really being the tough guy, or I know how to use my words against a person, and I was basically fantasizing about that, which is just a sign of how my psyche is doing. But it's okay. I know that it's not because I'm not doing well. It's more of a mental response based on the physical and biological response of a lack of nicotine in my body. So yeah. Okay, that's an interesting light effect, but okay. I guess it's doable. Hi, I just wanted to talk to you guys about some more impulses that I had, this intolerance. For example, my mom telling me to stay calm in the car. I was driving with her to the store, helping her out with some shopping for Christmas related stuff. And she basically, I reacted to her in a way, and she basically told me to stay calm even though I'm going through the withdrawal, and that made me flip even more. So that was massively interesting. I went to the store, and standing in line, it was pretty busy. I felt very anxious and irritated by these people around me, like making small and little mistakes, and sort of became cynical of it. And I sometimes have this, but it wasn't as bad as normally. It's not as bad as I experienced them. It's not a problem, but interesting to observe. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. So see you later. Also, I forgot to mention, I found, oh, my legs hurt like a bitch. But I found another cigarette. This is actually a leftover from a joint that I rolled recently. I just forgot about it. But I'll be doing the same thing as I did yesterday. So that I smell it again, so that I stimulate cravings. So I can make it harder on myself in the short term, but easier in the long term. So I learn how to cope with the cravings, intense cravings. So I've been trying to record this video, but frustratingly enough, my storage on this phone is completely full. So I have to deal with that. It's just frustrating if you're trying to express yourself emotionally, and this technical difficulty comes in the way of it. But okay. Since the last clip, not a lot happened considering the smoking. I only have good news. I didn't smoke. But I did have a call, and I did want to talk about that with you guys. I called with a friend of mine. She recently got closer with me. I know her for a longer time now, about 3 years, around 3 years. And it was just a really good call. She is brilliant, sweet, nice to talk to. And it was very personal. We covered what happened to her over the past months, and what happened to me since I've seen her for the last time, which was more than a month ago. About 1.5 to almost 2 months. So it did have a positive end, of course. I have positive things to share. I am doing much better nowadays. But it all started off with misery. And while explaining to her what the causes were of my psychological pain, yeah, I just felt those urges coming up, but intensively too, more than, for example, that I triggered with smelling cigarette smoke, or drinking coffee, being restless, irritated. It all was purely outmatched by this emotional wave. And it's just interesting. It proves again that I used my smoking as a coping mechanism, mainly to, I would say, the causes of my psychological pain are still haunting me at the moment. I just, that fucking girl, that Latvian girl I've been whining about, just, it's so painful, man. To not understand and not to, and to be played around with, and not be respected by someone that you really respect and like too. She never was honest to me, and I hate that. I really hate her for that. I don't care if you didn't want the same thing as me. You should have fucking told me. It would have saved us so much time and effort, and for me at least mental clarity, and it would have saved me in my issues mainly. It would have made me a lot less miserable. I'm worried about myself in that context. I'm worried that that situation has broken me. That I won't, because it's traumatic, that I won't be able to have a proper romantic relationship because of the trauma I went through, because of the issues I have, and paranoia I experience with people. At the moment, I really cannot even entertain the idea of being together with a girl. It's too meaningful. The stakes are too high. And the stakes being high is not a problem. It should enable beauty, something beautiful, but it can also do the opposite. I wonder what it will take for me to get over this. I hate that she, but also this situation has so much power over me. Cannot seem to accept that. But I think it will take time at the end of the day. And processing like I did just now was intense. I cried a lot. Anyways, this will be the last video concerning me quitting, with documenting my road to quitting with smoking. At least the daily videos. I will give an update at the end of the week and at the end of the month, and so on. So every month I will cover. Also, I will make a video if I ever relapse or fail. Fail in the sense of, smoking a cigarette. The chances of that happening are slim, but I will still have to be honest and transparent towards you guys. So, thank you for watching. If you did watch all 5 videos, 6, excuse me. Very thankful of that. I hope it brought you some type of value, or helped you to get to know me a bit better too. And yeah, I'm doing much better because of my commitment. That's for sure. Excuse me. And hopefully that I will continue the trend. Have a good one.